Hi, I'm Michael Cohn from Advanced Tubular Technologies. I'm the creator of VTube-LASER software that connects to the FARO arm in order to measure tube shapes and qualify tube shapes. And then we can send setup data out to a bender and also correct tube bending machines. One of the most important foundational skills that is sometimes missed by our customers is the ability to properly calibrate both the ball probes and the scanner probes. The calibration process really isn't hard at all, but I've found through experience with customers that it's easily overlooked and sometimes it's even misunderstood. Here's what's misunderstood about it. The FARO arm itself is always calibrated by FARO in their certified labs, usually once a year. However, FARO expects customers to then calibrate the probes and the laser scanners inside the customer facility. The reason is because the FARO arm is so accurate that it considers no two probes or scanners to be identical. In fact, if you try to measure without calibrating the probes and scanners on a calibrated FARO arm, then the FARO arm will not have enough information about the attached probes or scanners in order to measure the part accurately. So, calibrating probes and scanners is very important. Without it, the FARO arm cannot measure accurately. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how I recommend that you calibrate probes and scanners on a FARO arm using VTube-LASER. So let's get started. Click on the Measure Setup in the navigation pane. Click on the Arm tab, click on Arm Utilities, and then Probe Setup and Calibration to enter the FARO Probe Calibration menu. Choose the ball probe you have installed, then click on Hole Compensation. Put the ball probe in the conical seat. Follow the instructions on the screen. You'll want to move in 3 different directions. Each time you'll push the green button, and then you'll perform a final move that I like to call the helicopter move. Now push the red button. If the probe calibration was successful, you'll see a green LED with a low 2 sigma number. Now we're going to calibrate the scanner or the laser line probe. We'll use plane compensation, and we'll indicate that we need to measure the plane. The FARO laser line probe calibration parameters are very strict. If the white plate moves at all on, for example, an office desktop like this, then you'll have to move that calibration plate onto a very flat surface, like I'm doing here. To calibrate the laser, the FARO driver has to know where the plate is, and so we use 8 tactile ball probe touches, each with the green button, in order to indicate where the plane is. Take 8 points and then press the red button. Click OK and follow the instructions on the screen. First you'll want to move in line with the grip. Then you'll want to move over the line, and then you'll want to go straight up and down like this. Press the red button to allow the FARO driver to calculate the compensation. In my first attempt here, the compensation failed. Well, the FARO driver is very strict about what numbers it accepts. So that's okay, just hit retry and do it again. Here's something that I think is helpful. The number of points that the FARO driver allows is 1,500 maximum. So try to divide your 1,500 points by those 3 separate moves. Now click on OK and wait for the FARO compensation window to display again. Here's another tip. You can view the log at any time to see what the last compensation values are. Now click on OK and click on Close. Calibration is complete. So that's how you calibrate probes and scanners using VTube-LASER. There are a couple of other points that I need to leave with you before I finish this video. First, if you calibrate a FARO probe or scanner inside VTube-LASER, then that calibration carries across to other programs that also use the same arm in the same computer. For example, you might use Polyworks or Geomagic or one of the other software packages that connects to the FARO arm. It's good for all of them, so calibrate once and then allow it to carry across to all of the programs automatically. The second point is this. FARO recommends that you calibrate the probes and scanners at least once a month. Some of my customers, however, like to scan a lot more often, and here's why. Because every time you perform a calibration of a probe or a scanner, you're cross-checking the entire system to make sure that it's actually functioning the way it should. FARO makes the qualification process for calibration of the probes and the scanners very strict. So that's a good way to check to make sure your arm is functioning as it should before you use it that day. Other reasons to calibrate the probe or scanner are if your environment changes, like lighting changes, or you take the probes or scanners off the arm and then put them back on the arm, then you might want to recalibrate them after these events too. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at michael.cohn@advancedtubular.com. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day.